Hello, welcome in Energy Freedom TV. Today we have a movie about Volkswagen ID4 batteries. Volkswagen ID4 batteries has 8 cells in series inside. So if we series those two modules, then we have a 16 cells in series. So 16 cells, 16 cells, 16 cells and 16 cells. So is 4P, 4 parallel, 16 in series. 6.8 kilowatt hour each. And those are NCM, lithium, cobalt, whatever. Welcome in Energy Freedom Base Camp. And here is our apprentice doing the cables. So basically we're going with those batteries to the client to replace 12 Volkswagen ID3 modules. He has 4 modules and he's upgrading to 8 modules, and we're gonna use Emus BMS to control each cell, because battery terminals are here, but here you have access to each cell to monitor voltage and also temperature. Here is the original Volkswagen plugs for this, and here is already pre-made plug cables for Emus BMS and 2 batteries. So it goes like this. Arek, hold. Record here, boy. Details. Focus on this. So that goes here, that goes here, that goes to Emus, and job done. Gracias. Okay, here we are. We already have 6 modules connected. Unfortunately, we only had 3 sets of cables pre-made. So we have to make cables for these, which is Arek starting to do. So this is a 16 cells which are going to Emus module. Here 16 cells, so we're reading analog signal from 16 cells, voltage of each cell, and also we're using internal temperature sensors to read the internal temperature of the batteries. But let's focus on the cells. We have 16 cells here, which is 8 here and 8 here. So cell number 1 in this module is actually cell number 9, and last cell in this module is cell number 16. Same story with this floor, same story with this floor. We're just missing a cable for the remaining battery. So here you go, figuring out this is a nice, how you call something which breaks your brain breaker. My English is fantastic. And here is the story. So those modules are changing the analog signals to the CAN communication, and here is the CAN communication going into the control unit, and control unit is connected to the laptop right now. This is our temporary power supply, because this guy needs 12 volt. Also CAN bus has 12 volt in it. Some LEDs are flashing here, and it looks very nice in the darkness. But the nicest part is that you have access to every cell here and every temperature inside. It looks very good. Cells are the same, everything is charged to 350 volt per cell. So all we're missing is a remaining 16 cells, and we can go to the client and install the system. Here is a day inverter. So just to finish, you need to put a proper firmware to this guy, because this guy talks with the inverter charger. So this guy tells the inverter charger to stop charging battery, or to charge it with a little current at the end of charging. or to reduce discharge current if the battery is too hot, and all of these important pieces with lithium batteries. It has about 260 parameters you can program with this Emus in order to keep your batteries happy, because this is the most important part of the system, the batteries. Yeah, you don't want to overcharge any single cell or over discharge, and you want to keep all cells at the same level, so those modules are also doing a balancing. It's passive balancing. It has small braking resistor inside, not braking resistor, it's just small resistor, which is discharging the highest charged cell. That's why at the back it's a heating, how you call it, heat exchanger, piece of metal. But now there is no balancing. Yeah, graphs here at the bottom showing if the cells are balancing. I am clear or not, Arek? What do you think about my English?
It's okay.
It's okay? Did you listen to me, or are you using your brain to think?
I'm thinking.
You're thinking, and what did you figure out? Because it's not easy. It's not easy to figure out which pin is which cell. Not easy. And I think we're gonna give up temperature sensors in here. Or maybe not, we'll see. We'll see, we'll try, we'll find out. Okay. Slema. Solar is there, 10 kilowatt of solar is somewhere else, and here you go. Here are the batteries. Batteries are already in place. Emus is already in place, but the CAN communication between Emus and servo does not exist yet, because all you need to do is take CAN from here and connect to here, but we can do it in a second. Now the important part is applying the battery voltage to the rest of the system. You should do this, you should not do this way. I'm gonna show you, because usually I put a bulb here to slowly charge. It's called pre-charge. Every modern battery has a pre-charge. So basically you gently rising the voltage up to 50, how much we have, 56 or 54, how much was 56. It 56, because if I pull this fuse, that's gonna be big inrush current, and because the capacitors in this guy. But I think I'm gonna try it anyway, because let's see what happens. There is voltage here at the boost bar now, but still not at the solar charge controller or the Victron inverter. So the way I was doing this in the past, I was using small piece of wire if I have no bulb, and maybe we're gonna show our viewers how to do it properly without a bulb, or not, or we go full power straight away. What do you think?
Do it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Let's see what happens. Ah, fuse went off. Big inrush current, more than 100 amps. Fuse off again. Bring a small piece of wire, boy.
Jaki mały?
As small as possible. Okay, check this out. DC voltage. Here. Minus. Here. I'm able to put this here, maybe forever. Can you record and hold this minus here? Okay, 56. 56 is here, and check this out, man. Check this out. Oh. Yeah. Man. It's a lot. Are we good? Okay, let's do this. Yeah, I think. Okay, we should measure the voltage at this side. Can you hold that whatever you were holding?
Yeah.
7 volts. So we have to keep going. 24 volts. 56. Man. Big current. That's why you should use the bulb, man. Smells nice, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so now we have a 56 volts at the inverter terminals. Inverter is still configured for the previous voltage, but it should wake up. Okay. It's disconnected from USB. I think he started discharging battery straight away because this 54 volts is way over the previous configuration. The previous batteries were up to 49 volts. This is 56. So this is the voltage on Victron 56. This battery is 56.2, so I think it's safe to parallel remaining batteries. Hopefully. Yes. Yes. And yes. And now we have all batteries connected. And Emus BMS is talking to Victron through the CAN. As you can see, charge current limit is high, but discharge current limit is low. So I need to connect to the BMS to check out why is this. And it will take me another while to figure out this, and time is flying. Okay, after a job like this you need to test the batteries. So as you can see, the Victron now is pumping 100 amps, almost 100 amps to the batteries. 110 is his max. And you should check if it goes equally between the batteries. 24, 24, yeah, 22, 23, 24. That means the power goes nicely, and that means also that you did not forget to tighten up the terminals somewhere, because the loose screw at this current, bye bye. Sooner or later something could happen. Okay, I still cannot figure out why Emus is saying those are our cells. They're going up. As you can hear, the fan kicks in, but for some reason maximum discharge current is still 0, and I cannot figure out why. Yeah, of course, I just forgot.